Hey everyone, Zach here. Hope you have an amazing day. Today I want to talk to you about the reason why people don't actually join your team, why they don't buy your product, don't buy your service, and don't join your team altogether. And it's not actually for the reason that you probably think. It's for the reason that you don't think. So for instance, let me tell you a quick story and then I'll illustrate my point. A couple days ago, or maybe a week ago or so, I was on the phone with a mid-level prospect. This prospect would have been worth maybe a couple $1,000s to us in one of our mid-ticket programs. So I was on the phone with her, and this is our follow-up call, and she said, "Hey, I don't know if I can do this." And I knew she had the money. I knew it was a perfect fit for her. I knew this would solve her problem, and she knew it too, and I knew she knew it. So I was like, "Well, why?" Well, she told me that her husband. She said, "Well, my husband doesn't believe that you can do what you say. Doesn't believe that you can get the results that you say you can get people." And she was basically referring to the fact that he didn't believe that we could get someone hundreds or thousands of applicants on a monthly, weekly basis. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I so badly wanted to challenge this guy's like online marketing credibility, but I didn't, thankfully. I wanted to, but I didn't. And so instead, I took the more intelligent approach, and I was like, well, I have proof in every way possible, so just let me know the proof that you want to see, whatever form the way you want to see it in, and I'll send it to you. And in fact, like the results that I've told you about, I've actually undersold them because if you didn't believe those, you really wouldn't believe what we actually do. So once I told her that like she didn't even ask for the proof anymore. That like snapped them into like, oh, okay, they must be telling me the truth. Like they didn't ask for any proof, but I could have given them anything they wanted. Now, that's a perfect illustration for why people don't typically buy or join. But let's just think about that for a second. See, most prospects will actually lie to us. Now, you've probably heard that before, but they don't think they're lying to you. So they're not doing anything bad, but they're lying to us. This one wasn't. This one gave me a gift, and they told me exactly why they weren't buying. The husband was not sure that what we could do was actually true. Once I knew that, I was able to attack that exact problem. And I said, well, I can give you proof in any way possible, any way that you want. Problem solved. And now, at that point, like, they're good, right? They can move forward because their real issue was solved. He was uncertain. That's the real reason why people don't buy. They're not certain or for sure that your thing, your service, your team, your whatever can give them the transformation that they're seeking. So they throw up white lies to you so that you chase those, and because they're less painful to digest, they throw up these white lies so that you chase after those and they don't actually have to take action. Let me give you an example. Let's say you go to a car dealership and salesman says, "Hey, this is a great car. I'm loving the car. I want to get the car." And he says, "Do you want to buy the car?" And I say, "Well, let me talk to my wife." Perfectly viable, right? I do actually talk to my wife before making major financial purchases. So I actually need to talk to her, right? I want to talk to my wife. I'm not lying to him. I'm telling him the truth. I need to go talk to my wife. Let's say I go talk to my wife. I leave the dealership and I go talk to Ashley. And I'm like, "Hey, Ashley, this is a cool car. It's a BMW M4. It's gray. It's got black interior. It's pretty cool. It's like, this is the price. And what do you think?" Now we're talking about it. Now I might go back. I might not. But why did I not buy the car? Was it because I needed to talk to Ashley, or because I was unsure that car was the right car? It's because I was uncertain. I was unsure if that car was the right car. Because let's flip the scenario. I'm talking to the sales guy, and he's showing me the car, and it's a white BMW M4, the exact color I want. It's got red interior, red leather interior. It's a stick. It's the exact car that I would buy. Perfect car, the exact one I want. And it just happens to be $5,000 under sticker price. It's $5,000 under sticker price. It's $5,000 under anything that I can see online. It's the exact color combo, and it's the exact transmission I want. And he says, "Do you want to buy it?" I know that car is probably going to be gone in a week, or probably a couple of days. Okay, so I've got a couple days at best to act on this. I might need to talk to Ashley, but I'm not going home to talk to Ashley. I'm calling her right now. Right? I'm calling it right now. "Hey, this is the situation. This is the exact car I'm looking for. Like, I think we should pull the trigger in this. Worst case scenario, I could literally flip this car next week and we could get our money back. I'm certain this is the right one, so I'm pulling the trigger." See, that first scenario with the gray BMW, I'm talking to Ashley. I'm not lying to the guy by saying I need to talk to Ashley. I'm just not sure if that's the right car. So I'm saying, in my mind, I'm saying I need to talk to Ashley to see if that's right. I'm not lying to him, but I am throwing up a smokescreen to him inadvertently so that I can go talk to Ashley and not make a decision right now. That's what your prospects are doing. They're throwing up smoke screens to you, not because they're trying to hurt you or do anything like that. They're inadvertently lying to you because they're trying to get away from the situation so they can go kind of regroup and find out if they're certain that that is the thing that they want to do with their money. So what your job is to do is to either deflect the smoke screen or go through it and increase their level of certainty that they want the thing that you've got. That's your job. So when someone gives you an objection, that's what we call it, an objection, the thing that we don't want to do is say, well, besides that objection, is there anything else that's holding you back? I mean, that's not bad, but it's not what we're looking to do right now. We want to move around the objection, right? Get around it, either overcome it or just deflect it, and then increase the level of certainty by talking more about the benefits that they need in their business, the transformation that they need in their life to increase their level of certainty. After you do that and you keep increasing their certainty, all of their objections start going away because they're for sure that they want this thing. And now, if they have an objection later in the game, later in the conversation, you can pretty much be darn sure that it's the right one. And you could use a line like that. Well, aside from that, is there anything else holding you back? Now, if you use that line, it might actually be a good place to do it because you've increased their certainty so high in the product, service, and yourself. You've increased it so high that as you get to that last final objection, you can make sure that's the right one. And once you find out it's the right one, you can overcome it. This making sense? So when you increase someone's certainty so high, right? You increase it super, super, super high. There's only a few things that will hold them back, right? Sometimes it's just they don't make decisions on the first phone call or the second phone call. They have a different type of action threshold than you might have. So they just literally need to think about it. There's ways to lower that action threshold. Maybe they don't feel enough pain in their life, right? And you need to increase that pain for them to get to move. But if you increase that certainty high enough, most likely their objections are going to be gone. And if they have any remaining objections, you can actually overcome them and actually make ground when you do. Just like that gal I told you about first. My husband doesn't know if you can get the results that you actually say. That's a really valid objection because when I overcame it, bang, they're ready to go. Is this making sense? All right, cool. Well, hopefully this did. Now, just so you know, I took a lot of this information from a really, really good book called The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. It is a really, really, really good sales book. I'm not necessarily a fan of Jordan's story, but I do love the way that he actually has transitioned out of that story and used that to become a better man now. And that's just my personal belief on him. But more importantly, in relation to this topic, is it's a really, really good sales training book. And that's where I took some of this information here today, and it helps us out a lot in our business. So anyway, hopefully you have an amazing day. Hopefully you found this well. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe what you learned. And if you want to know how we do the things I talked about, get all those applicants, we've had as many as 900 applicants in a day before. If you want to know how we get those kinds of numbers into our business, go down below, read the MLM Rebels Blueprint. You can go to get it at MLMRebelsBlueprint.com. You can read that totally for free, learn how we do that, and also how we automate our recruiting for our business. Second thing, you can join the private discussion group at MLMSalesFunnels.com. You can click down below, MLMSalesFunnels.com. You can join that private discussion group. And with that, hopefully you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.